Welcome back to the show, ladies. Today is the first Time's Up Tuesday interview, where hopefully every Tuesday I'll have on another guest that talks about her experiences as a dancer. Time's Up in reference to if you've been waiting. Hopefully these videos will begin to show you these girls were scared too, and they went for it anyway. And guess what? Nothing bad happened. They went for it and they had great experiences and they're still around. At least it's worth a try, right? You might get there and it might not be for you, but you'll never know unless you try. Life is made up of tiny moments. Make them count. If nothing else, at least it will be a very unique experience for you. Something crazy to look back on and say you did. Or maybe you'll actually make a career out of it, and then you could really make your money work for you. You can learn the skills to make your money work for you. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it away right now that within her first 4 shifts, she had made her first $1,500 in one night. 4 shifts, girls, and I think she technically did it on her 3rd. I mean, come on, it's worth a try, right? It's worth a try. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview with Miss Kitty. Thank you, Kitty, for the time. I really appreciate you, and I wish you and all the other ladies listening to this show all the best. Enjoy. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing fantastic. Let me go ahead and introduce you real quick. Ladies, welcome.
Yay.
Ladies, welcome back to the show. Today we have Miss Kitty on the phone with us. Kitty, I love your name. I love that. I think I think that's a great name, and I think you can pull it off really well. I just went through some of your pictures. You've got some gorgeous photos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was a burlesque dancer before, or I still am. So, it's actually my burlesque name.
Okay, that makes sense because you look very sexually assured in your photos. So that makes sense, right? You know, you got very confident looks, very confident poses. So that makes sense for sure. So
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of, it works against me a little bit, because when I tell people I'm new, they're like, no, you're not.
I can see that. I could see that.
My first night.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Okay, today we'll make your 5th shift or your 6th?
My 5th, although technically I had a stripper mulligan where I started in LA. I did 3 nights in this tiny little rinky-dink place that had like 2 dudes in it, and I was like, this doesn't even count.
Do you mind sharing the name of it?
It's called Club Burlesque.
Oh, okay. So was it a strip club or?
Yeah, it's a strip club, but like
that's
it's like a
confusing.
dive bar. Yeah,
right. That's a little surprising. So you were there 2 days, and it didn't even count.
I never get a lap dance.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't count. That makes sense. So
I like rolled around on stage, but I do that for burlesque anyway. So like,
okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, I see. Okay. All right. So it wasn't like stripping at all. Did you even take off your clothes while you were on stage?
I took my shirt off.
Okay. So basically it was burlesque, right? For real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, without pasties.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Okay. So then you went to Vegas. Tell us about your experience.
So I got really lucky. I had to switch roommates in December.
Okay.
And my new roommate, when we were meeting and talking, I like to be really upfront about who I am.
That's good.
I'm burlesque. I have a stripper pole in my apartment. I'm not a monogamous person. I'm going to live my life and do my things, and you're going to have to be okay with that.
Right. Smart.
And I kind of like word vomited at her, and she was like, oh yeah, I strip in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I was like, will you take me? Because I've been wanting to strip, and Vegas sounds like hella money. She's like, yeah, I'll be your stripper mom.
Oh.
So I have a stripper mom.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's so good.
So you met your stripper mom through what, like Craigslist or through some kind of... Oh, through Facebook. Okay.
Yeah. There's like gypsy housing LA groups, and I posted on that.
Okay.
And then she was the second person I met.
Wow.
Yeah.
How lucky. So you
Thrilled.
left today to go to Vegas, and she got sick, so this is your first time going solo. Is that right?
Yeah, last night was my first solo night.
So how did it go?
Ooh, it was interesting.
Okay.
So, like, the night itself was bad, quote unquote. Like, it was super slow, and there was literally a million girls there. That, like, you could watch a table and see a girl approach, and, like, you'd see, like, 5 lined up behind her.
I've worked at the club that you're at now, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And there weren't that many customers, and, like, we had, I think this backfired on us, too. They had a meeting at, like, 8 p.m. to be like, 2019, this is the stuff we're focusing on. Here are the top sellers. And they all gave us a free house fee. So I think a shit ton... Can I swear?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Good. A shit ton more girls came in that night because of the free house fee. So I think it was, like, extra stacked.
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, when you said you were going in for free house fee at 8, I was like, I had no idea they did free house fee ever in Vegas, so...
They do it, like, on slow nights. So, like, New Year's Eve, we went, and we worked the night before, and we saw a piece of paper that said, like, if you get there before 9 p.m., you get 2 free house fees.
Oh.
So we were like, see you at 8:45.
Yeah. So you were there on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was ballin'.
Yeah?
Like, we had an amazing night. It was slow, but, like, I somehow ran into this. It was so slow that I didn't care who I talked to.
Okay.
I just would, like, sit down next to people and be like, yo, can I just talk with you for a little bit?
I know what you mean. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I did that to this girl who was sitting by herself, and she was super sweet. And I literally just wanted to sit next to her so I could smoke my cigarette while sitting.
Yeah, okay.
Because they don't like you to do that. And then just to, like, talk to someone. But she told me it was her first time in Vegas, and I was like, well, you gotta get a lap dance. Like, I don't care if it's me, but you gotta get a lap dance.
That's a good sales line. That really is. I don't care if it's me, but you gotta do it. Because people are like, oh, shit, well, I'm gonna do it with her. I think that's a great sales line.
That was literally just me being like, meh.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm gonna use that tonight. Yeah, and so she got a lap dance, and as I was dancing on her, her boy came back, and he was super cute, and my roommate's dancing on the stage, and I was like, that's my roommate! We have so much fun together.
Oh, that's cute.
Everyone loves hearing that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why, and no one's ever doubted it.
Yeah.
Every single time, we're like, we're roommates.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked with my sister for a little while, and, you know, I would tell people if she was on stage or something, I'd be like, that's my sister. Just, honestly, just proud of her. And people would be like, no. And I'd be like, no, really? Like, why would I lie about that? You know? And then I realized after a while, like, people do like that for some reason. Like you said, who knows? Who knows what it is about that, but they do. They seem to like that, so...
I feel like it's like they get to fantasize about, like, with me and my roommate, us, like, sleeping in the same bed together.
Right.
And, like, knowing that we're really close and comfortable together. Yeah. So, like, when we try to push double dances or, like, double VIP, like, we're like, yeah, we'll get, like, frisky with each other.
Oh, really?
Like, not crazy frisky, but, like, we try to sell that.
Yeah, no, I remember vaguely, the first time doing that with a friend of mine at a club, and I was already tipsy, maybe even drunk, and I was like, whatever, I'm just, you know, because I'm not bisexual at all. Like, I like men, but it was like, whatever, I don't really, you know, I don't care. All of it's acting anyway, you know, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, and what's nice about it is we know each other.
Yeah.
We do sleep in the same bed when we're in Vegas. Mm-hmm. We're naked in the apartment together all the time.
Yeah.
She's not into girls, but she likes money.
Right.
I'm into everything.
Okay, well, that's convenient. My God.
Yeah.
I had lots of customers ask me, so do you like girls? I just never could say yes. I was like, it's just not my thing. I know I should have. I should have just gone with it. So to actually, like, my sister's bi, and man, she, you know, definitely played into people's fantasies with that. So
I've, like, got someone that I've been dancing with for a while, and we're just gonna, like, take a breather and, like, chill. I like to, like, sit on their lap and watch the people dancing and be like, damn, she's hot.
Interesting. God, I bet that is going to help you make a lot of money. I really do, because getting into it and everything. Oh, okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's cool. So New Year's Eve was really good. You met somebody. Did you meet, did you make money, or did you just have a great time, or what? Yeah,
well,
good.
So, like, we, had a great time with this couple, my roommate and I.
Okay.
And then, I bounced for a couple minutes, baby stripper mistake. She got them back into VIP, and then they called my name. And we ended up doing 2 hours in VIP for a ton of money.
So you still...
got like a...
I'm sorry, go on. I was going to say, so you still made it into VIP. That's good.
Yeah. She just was like, where's Kitty? I miss Kitty. And they were like,
okay.
Let's get Kitty.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they, like, bought a $4,000 magnum of champagne.
Damn.
And, like, I bring in the new year making tons of money and drinking fancy champagne.
Do you mind sharing how much you made on your first night, or on New Year's?
I made $1,500 on New Year's.
Good job. Good fucking job. In your first 4 days as a dancer, you made $1,500. I am super proud of you. That's fucking awesome. That took me a long time. It took me a long time to make my first $1,500 in a day. So that's seriously, that's so exciting. I'm sure. Wow, good job.
Like, I just want to do that again.
Right? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. That's great. How many hours were you there for?
We got there at 8:45, and we left at 4 or 5 a.m. We were originally going to leave right after the VIP, because we were like, we just made $1,000. We're good.
Right.
But then a guy from the night before had come back and recognized me when I was in my sweatpants.
What? Guys are,
like,
their memories about women are just unbelievable, really. It's amazing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I also have this flaming red hair that no one else in the club has. So,
oh, like, that's awesome.
A little recognizable. But
okay,
so, yeah, I changed back into my shit, and I made, like, another $160, and then we were like, okay, let's go now.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned, baby stripper mistake a minute ago. I gotta say this. The best time to make another sale is right after you've made a sale. So I've seen that a lot, like making money and then being like, all right, I'm done, I'm gonna go home. Keep going. Like, if you've got the energy, you've already done your makeup, you've already mentally prepared for going to work, you're already in stripper mode, like, you've already made a big sale. If you got it in you, just keep going. Like, that's something I wish I had done a whole lot more of, but I was definitely guilty of too. Another thing that might be worth people trying is, when you're over it, when you are like, you're just over it, you're ready to go home, just be like, I'm going to go ask every single person in here, and then I'm going to leave. I'm not going to waste time with them. I'm not going to sit with them. I'm just going to go up to them and be like, hey, how are you? Would you like to come play with me? Or would you like a dance? Or whatever it is. Not wasting time, and just go do that with every single person. And if everyone says no, then leave. But I guarantee, especially if there's a decent amount of people there, someone's going to say yes. At least that's been my experience. If you're over it and you can push a little bit further, just go to everybody. You know, in Vegas, it might be a little bit different. Your club
that'll take 2 hours.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, your club is huge. So, like, huge.
I kind of did that last night. So, like, the thing with last night is it was too busy. There were too many girls. And honestly, the guys did not come to spend. I made so many good connections with people. Like, so I can make people feel like the center of the universe.
That's great. That's a great skill.
And like, make them feel like I'm falling in love with them, or they're falling in love with me.
That's
like,
good.
Call me a siren, because there we go.
Oh,
the
good.
The problem was last night is I did this with like 4, 5, 6 dudes who were just like, oh my God, you're the most beautiful, sexy thing I've ever seen in my life, and you're smart and you're funny, or whatever little thing I picked up on them that I was like, oh, you're a nerd, let's talk video games.
That's awesome.
And every single one of them was like, I wish I hadn't spent all my money 2 hours ago. Or I just got here, come back in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I hate that. But sometimes they really mean it. I didn't really honestly realize that until I did an interview with a guy that I know. And he was like, yeah, no, I'll tell girls to come back and he actually means it. Mm-hmm. So, because normally I would just be like, okay, I'm never coming back. You know, like, that's it. Right. I'm done. But it's true. Sometimes if they say it, they actually mean it. I got to the point for a little while where when guys would be like, yeah, come back and see me later, I'd be like, do you mean it? You know, like, do you actually want me to come back, or are you just wasting both of our time? Because, and I wouldn't say it quite like that, but it was like, be honest with me, do you want me to come back later? Because if you were scoping other girls, that's totally fine with me. Just let me know. And if they'd say yes, then I'd come back. So, because you don't want to waste your time. I tried to make sure that I came back every single time. That's good.
But because it was so busy, there was always a girl on them. So then I made it kind of a game. Like, there was this one guy who was like, I really want you. I guarantee I'll get a dance from you. Just come back in a little bit. It's not time yet.
Yeah.
And then I got called up on stage, and when I was on stage, I saw him getting a dance from another girl. So when I got off stage, she was gone, because I'm not going to fuck with the girl's game. Like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But when she was gone, I just went up to him and I gave him a look, and I was like, I saw that.
That's funny. Did you get a dance with him then, or no?
No. He was like,
jerk.
Come back later again. And I was like, you're fucking wasting my time, bro.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Are you the only dude in this group who's not going to spend money?
Right. Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah. It was interesting. So that was last night. I haven't even counted. I think I made $100.
Isn't that funny? There's probably no other job that is a tips job that some girls don't count that what they make. I went home multiple times and didn't know what I made. Maybe sometimes ever. Like, well, I made money. You know, that's what I made.
Well, I decided that if I counted and it's going to be a low amount, it would just, like, bring me down. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to throw it in my purse and I'll add to it what I'm going to make tonight.
Well, that's a great idea.
And then it'll be a number that makes me happy.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's really smart.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because I get caught up with money a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's good, because being driven by money, I think, is really important to make money. Because if you're not driven to make it, it's hard. It's hard to make it. So.
And, like, I mean, we're stripping for a reason. Like, as much as I do enjoy basically every aspect of it.
That's good.
I'm here for the money.
Of course, yeah.
I don't enjoy this for free.
Right. No, yeah, definitely. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back in your life a little bit. What were you raised like? Would you ever have guessed that this was gonna be in your future? Or, like, are you from a religious family at all, or?
Kind of, sort of. I never would have guessed that I would end up stripping.
Yeah.
And now that I look back on my life, and this is with me and everything, I can see the signs.
Okay.
And I'll tell them. But to answer your question, I grew up, my family's from France.
Oh, awesome.
I moved to the States when I was 2.
Okay.
We come from a French cultural household.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, dudes love it when I pull out the French.
Yeah, it's awesome, I'm sure.
Oui, bien sûr, je suis française.
Oh my God. That's gotta be a great way to make money. Oh man. Damn, that was good.
But, so we grew up in Seattle, and I actually grew up Tibetan Buddhist.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that sounds awesome and peaceful.
It was quite nice. I remember when my parents converted and I stopped getting spanked.
That's awesome. Yay. Yeah.
My little sister will never know.
Oh, really? Oh, that's lucky her.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, so, but Buddhist, that, honestly, I don't know much, right? So.
Sure.
What does that mean? When I hear that, I think very non-judgmental and very peaceful. Am I accurate on that at all, or?
I mean, I think the goal. Now, no one, like, get mad at me and who's listening that, like, I don't accurately describe it. I'm not practicing. I stopped practicing when I was, like, I never really practiced, but I was in the Gompa community and all that.
Okay.
But it's like, it's about karma. It's about samsara, which is suffering, basically, and acknowledging that everything is suffering and that that's okay. That's part of it. It's about impermanence. Nothing lasts forever.
Wow, it's so true. I think about that all the time.
Those really pretty sand mandalas that they make, they wipe them away the moment they're done.
What?
And it's the coolest thing. They spend unbelievable amounts of time and effort and like talent to create these gorgeous, intricate sand mandalas, and it's a full ceremony thing. And when they're done, they wipe it away.
Wow. At first I was thinking, like, there's no way I could ever understand that. But I think that actually, I could see how that could give you the, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but the power of letting go, being able to let go of stuff that happens, like good or bad, like, you know, because it is all impermanent. So that definitely.
And I think they take it even to the next level where you're not letting go because you never had it.
Wow. That's awesome, too. Interesting. Okay.
And then it's like things like, you know, don't hurt people or any living creature. I still don't kill spiders in my apartment.
Me neither.
I abhor them. I dramatically react that we should burn the entire building down, but I catch them with a cup.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I catch them in a cup, too. Yeah.
Don't harm anyone, yourself included. When I was little, it was like, also don't lie, don't gossip, like, just be compassionate. And then that's kind of what I have taken away from it, because I don't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, well, hey, that's cool. Okay, so based on that, is that something that your parents would freak out about if they found out that you stripped?
Well, so my stepfather, I don't care.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
And my biological father is in France, and I love him, but I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. It's your life. It's your life, yeah.
My mom, I think she would, give her like 5 years. And I think
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I didn't tell my mom until, oh my God, a long time later. So she's the last person in my life to find out, honestly. And it was because she was so religious. The rest of my family, they literally were like, your mom will have a heart attack. And they truly believed she would have a heart attack and die.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, I would have told her. Right after I started. Well, not right after, maybe a few years after. But I never did, because they were like, she'll seriously die. So I think they were wrong, and I shouldn't have listened to them. But, you know, whatever, it is what it is. So
yeah. For my mom, it's like she's very open. She's very non-judge. No, she's a little judgy. But like, it would be, for her, it would be that her daughter is stripping. Or maybe I'm totally wrong, and she'd be like, are you happy? Are you safe? Are you making money?
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that is interesting. Because my mom reacted totally not at all like I thought she was going to. She was basically like that. It wasn't like she didn't freak out. She didn't cry. She didn't, nothing. It was totally not what I expected at all. So,
but I also just don't want to deal with it.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Because you don't know the reaction, especially, then it's like,
There's too much emotional labor.
Right, and you're an adult. You know, like, it's not like...
In the end, it'll be fine, and she'll support me in my choices, but I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it.
Right, I get it. That makes sense. Okay.
My sister knows.
Oh.
She's like, cool, great, get it, girl. Occasionally we'll be like, are you safe? Are there creeps? Are you safe?
Yeah.
Like, girl, if you could only see how much staff is at my club.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's like 5 people per every customer, and I'm not talking strippers. I'm talking like bouncers and hosts and cocktail waitresses and bartenders and managers and
right, like, everywhere. Yeah. And cameras. My God, there's cameras everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. And it's fantastic. I've been in like restaurant jobs where I felt less safe.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we? What are we doing?
Well, tell me, why did you decide to start stripping? What was it that made you start thinking about it? And then what was it that pushed you, what was the tipping point that you were like, okay,
Sure.
I'm going for it?
It's, you know what, I'm going to start like way back because I think it's hysterical how many things have kind of like nudged me towards stripping and then how long it took me to strip.
Okay.
When I was in college, one of my best friends started stripping.
Okay,
and,
wow.
Yeah.
Where was this? What state?
North Carolina.
Okay, cool.
And she was like that friend who's like the crazy wild one who has, now that I look at it, sex on her own terms. But back then, you know, when you're young and you don't know better, it's like, ooh, she does the crazy stuff. And she was like polyamorous and so she started stripping. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Good for you. Never for me.
Really? Okay. Why never for you?
In the last 5 years, I've done a lot of personal growth and exploration with my sexuality, and I've just become much more it makes me happy and I'm safe.
Okay.
Why would I judge? I got into kink, and when you get into kink, you have to let go a lot of judgments and precursors about what is right and wrong, especially when it comes to sex.
Right.
So, I think it was just me being young, and I had sex with, 4 people at the time, and it just seemed so... Well, now that I'm stripping, I can't even remember what, my thoughts on what it would be like.
Right. Right, I know what you mean.
I didn't think she was being abused or that bad things were happening. I just, ooh, just not for me.
It just wasn't for you. Okay, all right.
Yeah. And then fast forward a couple years, she's hitchhiking across the country with her girlfriend, supporting them by stripping. She stops in Seattle and stays with me for a little bit, and she's like, you should strip, you'd be really good at it. I'm like, no, not for me. And then a couple years later, I got into kink. I had a couple friends who were burlesque dancers, and I went to see their shows, and I was like, God, that looks like so much fun.
Okay.
I want to do that. I could do that. I didn't do it until I moved down to LA, and then I saw a burlesque audition notice, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. So then I got into burlesque, and then a couple years later, I went to see a friend's show at Club Burlesque. She put on a burlesque show at Club Burlesque, the strip club.
Okay.
And in between acts, there'd be strippers. And I was watching, and I was like, God, they're so bad. They're the least entertaining people I've ever seen.
Right.
I could do that. I could stand on that stage and not move.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Just because of my eyes. Just because I've got I know what to do with my eyes because of burlesque.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I could be better than that. But I didn't even think about actually doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't it funny? There's so many little things that,
right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
And then my ex-fiance cheated on me and left me homeless in LA.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's for the best.
Yeah, well, that's good. And that's great that you realized that. Okay.
I realized it real quick.
Yeah.
And I then started this last year and a half, so it was about a year and a half ago, and I have been busting my ass, working really hard, figuring it out. I was working at a nightclub, and they started changing up everything about how they were doing pay. I was doing bottle service, and they started to tax all of our service charges, so we weren't walking with cash anymore. It was all on our checks and all taxed. They were, which we claimed everything, but you could walk with cash and know that you're going to pay your rent at the end of the month, and you would just get a $16 check for your minimum wage.
Right. Okay.
Then they took away our minimum wage because service charges count as wages, so as long as the number of dollars they give us equals minimum wage, they don't have to pay service charge and wage.
Okay.
Which is barely legal. So then I was going from scraping by but making it to I can pay my rent and that's it. And that's when I started thinking, like, I should just go strip. Because I have no problem with it.
Right.
And a couple of my friends had started in LA, and I was like, I should just go strip. But then I hung on to this job for so long. It's the only, like, real job that I had. And then they kept, like, doing things like hiring new girls and putting them over me.
Oh.
Even though I was their best server, because they're crazy. And then, like, I think the final straw, I did my first night in Vegas the first weekend of December.
Okay.
And didn't do another night until New Year's Eve weekend. But the final straw at the nightclub that I worked at was, we had a private event. We had 5 servers on. I sold $6,000 worth of bottles. And out of the other 4 servers, they sold 2 bottles for like $1,000.
Okay.
And we split the service charge equally between all the servers. So
I would have quit too. That would have been it. That would have been done.
So that was my, like, nope, not doing this anymore.
Yeah, that would have been it.
And so I kept the job until the 28th.
Okay. Oh, so you just quit.
Oh, yeah. It was. I went out in a flame of glory.
Yeah, okay.
Because they had scheduled me for, like, 2 shifts, and I knew if I gave them 2 weeks' notice, they would just get rid of my shifts, and then I'd be completely up shit's creek for rent, because I walked into the strip club the 30th without rent.
Oh, okay.
So I quit my nightclub job the 28th, and I was like, sorry, not doing New Year's. Bye.
Yeah. How much did you make your first night?
I made $200.
And that was from
total.
What time to what time?
I think we did like 11 to 6.
11 to 6? Okay, it's a long shift. What is that,
yeah,
7 hours?
It didn't feel like a super long shift.
Well, that's good. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
Especially when I'm making money.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm a huge extrovert and a people person, and I like my sexuality, and I like manipulating willing people into giving me things.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's a game, and it's they're there for entertainment. So it's not
exactly.
It's a game. Like, they're there for entertainment. They want you to convince them that you're the one for them. They want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it was in real life, I don't do it in, like, normal life. It's
right.
really weird about, like, using my sexuality to manipulate people into doing things.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
But you're in a strip club.
Right. They came for that. Yeah.
In the door.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's a really good point to make, too, because I used to get pissed when people would call me a hustler. I'd be like, I'm providing an extremely valuable service. This is not hustling. Mm-hmm. This is selling something that these guys want.
Right.
Like, it really would bother me. I don't even know why I let it bother me like that. But when people would call me a hustler, I was like, don't you dare call me that. Like, I provide something that they're looking for. They want it. I'm not tricking them. They came into my place, and I'm selling them what they want. And if you believe you can do it better than other people, there's no reason not to really sell yourself.
Right.
And, and it, for some girls, it might take them a minute to really build up that muscle, to feel like they're that they're good enough, right? That they have what it takes to give this person something they really, really, really want. Because a lot of girls might feel self-conscious about it at first. I feel like you are in a very, very good position because you're comfortable with your sexuality, and you already did burlesque and everything. I feel like you were off to a great start. Girl, I think you're going to do really well in the industry, especially because of your start, really. And if every day you go in and you're like, you just know that you can keep getting better and better and learning about selling, learning about sales, learning that everything you say counts. The way you move your body counts. The way you look at them counts. The way you dress and smell, and all of it matters. Like, the more you take note of that, you're just going to get better and better. And because you're extroverted and you like people and you're comfortable with your sexuality, I'd say you've got a big foot up for real, because that's awesome.
good. I think, like, for me, the big thing, it's not the enticing them, it's the, like, monetizing them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, like, switch from, like, I'm reeling you in, you have been caught, and now I need you to give me your money.
Right, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a big switch. It's a very big switch from going to seducing to, okay, pay me. It's different.
Yeah.
It's a very different, and I think trying to keep the same kind of feeling, like seductive, instead of, all right, pay me, you know?
Right.
It's like, how do I keep in that we're just in seduction mode, right? Even though it switches into sales.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. When you go from, you know, talking to someone to selling, what's your game so far? What's been something that's worked for you?
I feel like I don't have game on that one.
Oh, interesting. So what is it that you mean about that then? That you like the part where they pay you?
I just think because I am a baby stripper,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how to make that transition. I in my brain, I'm like, this is going to be real weird. I just need to be like, so are we going to have fun now? Or like, whatever it is that like, I just don't have selling lines yet. So like,
right.
For me, it's like seduction. You are caught. You are eating a palm of my hand, literally. I'm feeling your cigarettes and your drinks, and like, I've got your hat on now. Like, I've got them, and then I'm like, I don't know how to make this the most fun part of the night for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just because I come from, you know, in burlesque, you're not there for tips.
Right.
I mean, you're there for tips, but you're like, you just pass a hat out at the end of the night, and that's so very clearly the tip hat.
Right.
Like the fantasy is over, now pay me. Yeah. It's funny because I was the person with the tip hat every time. I do a cannibal number, and I get covered in blood, and I used to grab the tip hat and run around the room and be like, do you want a lick? And make them lick the blood off of me and tip me at the same time.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I've had customers lick me before. I am so grossed out by that. I'm so grossed. I don't know. I swear to you, I am like the least likely stripper in the world, for real. Like, I like my space. I don't like to be that close to people with their breath on me. I don't like, there's so much about strip clubs that I just don't like. It's ridiculous, but it's so worth it. It can be so ridiculously worth it. I honestly, for you, I think that's a miracle that it's your type of atmosphere. And because you're new, man, I hope you really, really, really work a lot and make as much money as you can. And as short of a time period as you can, whether that's over a long period of time or whatever. But I mean, you might be able to do it for a really long time because you like so much about it. Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Yeah. I mean, I can see if I, start having a lot of nights where I'm not making money.
Yeah.
Being like, ugh.
Right.
Because the money is really the thing that I'm there for.
For sure.
But
well, don't let your mind go there, because there are always guys that have money that are going to spend. I'm going to say, I think that the society is on the brink of another recession. Like, the way that things are going right now, it doesn't look like it's possible for the dollar not to just fucking tank. And I was dancing in 2007 and 2008 during the first recession. I didn't even know there was a recession. I didn't even know. Like, girls that I worked with, they would tell me, well, I wasn't trying to be involved in the conversation, but I would hear them talk about how it's so hard and whatever, and they would literally stay in the back and bitch all night, and I would just go out and make money. So even if you think, exactly, so even if things do get hard, try not to focus on that, because the only reason guys go into the club is because they want to be with a girl, and it's our job to convince them to spend money on us. So
Yeah.
So for anyone listening, if the economy tanks, which I think it's going to, don't focus on that. Focus on that person is there to give you money. So.
And when the economy tanks, like, they're extra there to give you their money, because it's like the fantasy, like, that nothing has changed and everything is still good, and they get to prove to a hot girl that they still have money.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, that was, I read top 3 things that make money during a recession. One was video games, one was entertainment, and one was porn. So,
makes sense.
Because, yeah, they're depressed, so they want to do whatever they can to take their mind off of being depressed. We really fall under the entertainment category and kind of, under the porn category, kind of to a degree. Like, we're naked, they're, under us and stuff, so, I mean, we really, out of every other industry, we don't really have much to worry about. I actually looked at a club I think it was in LA, or no. It might have been in Texas, I don't know. But it had this meme, and it said, come work at a recession-proof business. And it was for, I think, for some baby dolls, or I don't remember the name of the club. But I was like, God, that's so true. That's so true. It is a recession-proof business. It really is. I mean, guys might not have as much money to spend, but you're still going to make more money there than any other tip job. I would guarantee it. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think my first night, the thing that struck me the most was how I didn't have to worry about if the customer was mad at me after everything was done. Like, I got paid no matter what. I could be rude if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
If a customer refused to pay, we have bouncers at my club. Like, if someone refuses to pay, you can just go grab a bouncer and they'll make them pay.
Right. Tell us about your best customer so far. Was it New Year's Eve?
Yeah, it was totally New Year's Eve.
Tell us why.
I mean, obviously, because we made lots of money, but we also didn't work very hard, and they were really, really nice. Like, she was awesome, and he was just over the moon to be with her.
Yeah.
Quick background, they told us their story, and it was really cute.
Okay.
They were childhood friends, and he's had a crush on her for 15 years.
Oh, my God.
He's done the whole marriage thing. He was in the military. She had a really rough patch in her life, and he had called her and just been like, come to Vegas with me. I will pay for everything.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, like, they had sex the night before. They were in, like, super happy, like, yay, this is happening mode. I mean, they were just so happy. And thank God she had no problem with us dancing all up on him. And he was like, yes, dance on her. And we were shipping them so hard because they were so cute. And, it's a 15-year crush.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Right? The other thing is that, like, when we got back to VIP, normally this would be bad, but his card was doing that fraud protection thing. And he spent probably an hour and a half of the 2 hours we were back there figuring out his card.
Oh, my God.
And she was just happy to be, like, touched. Like, I wear press-on nails because I like the tactile feeling of clawing someone, basically.
Okay.
And it's super intimate. You know, like when you run your hand through their hair and your nails just kind of, like, graze?
Yeah.
Super intimate.
Yeah.
So, like, I would just do that to her, and she'd be moaning like she's about to have an orgasm.
Wow.
So, like, we didn't even have to work for her. And then he had a foot fetish, so, like, we took off our heels and got our feet massaged and licked and nibbled on, and, like, we barely did anything.
Yeah.
I have no problem with foot fetishes. So I'm like, that's fine. I don't mind. In fact, I'm kind of into it.
Really?
Cool.
Okay.
I'm into a lot of things.
Yeah, okay. That's
like,
cool.
It doesn't necessarily, like, do it for me, but having someone be really happy about it,
right.
I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm totally down. Like, I'm getting turned on that you're paying me to lick my feet. And then, like, the night ended with my roommate was bored, and she was like, what are we going to do with them for the last 15 minutes or something? So she started pouring the champagne on my feet.
Oh, my God. The $4,000 bottle of champagne?
Yes. And she was in heaven.
Christ. Oh my God. It's so crazy what people spend money on. It really is. That's another thing that I really want girls to understand is they are worth it. They're so worth it. I mean, think about all the money that guys spend on alcohol and strip clubs. They're most likely doing it for women. So, of course, the girl is worth it. Like, of course you're worth it. More women need to understand that. I don't think they realize the obsession that most men have with women. They do. They have such an obsession. And I think that really becomes clear, or way more clear, when you work at a strip club. Because guys don't act like that in real life. They don't, they won't ask you if they can lick your toes in real life, know? Maybe some,
There's
so
much
but...
worse in real life.
Yes.
So much worse.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder why. I don't understand that, but it seems very true. So, it is very true.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Usual suspects.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
I think it's at least because in a strip club... Okay, let me think about this. I have an idea percolating.
Okay.
I think that men hold a lot of entitlement to women's bodies, and I also think that the amount that they need us translates often into rage against us. Because they can't handle their own need for us, and it makes them nervous or scared or feel less manly or just out of control, and that just gets channeled into rage towards women. But in a strip club, you can get the girl.
Right.
So there's no anger that, you won't be able to get her or she'll reject you or whatever. Because if you just plop down money, you're going to get her. So you can have whatever you want. You don't have to be a dick about it.
Wow, that was extremely profound.
Thank you.
I really liked that. I don't know where that came from or if you've thought about this before, but that was very profound. That's very interesting.
I think I got that from an article somewhere. I have a lot of friends who are, God, I hate the term woke.
No, that's great. I get it.
But I have, most of the people I surround myself with are consciously attempting to be better human beings.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are sex workers, porn stars, actual sex workers, strippers. A lot of my friends are in the kink world, pro dominatrixes.
Damn, dude, it took you a long time to start this job if that's what most of your friends do. That's crazy.
I know. Yeah, I think it's hysterical.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. Being a dominatrix is something I actually considered. I didn't end up stepping into that role, but I was very ready to. I got a course on it and everything. I was like, I'm going to do this. Yeah, and then it wasn't good timing. My current situation, it wasn't a good idea, so...
I mean, I am one, but I'm not a professional because I'm too lazy to, go out and get clients and shit.
Girl, you could get guys' phone numbers in Vegas. I bet my life there'd be a lot of people that would pay you for that, for real. The real question there, in my opinion, is what do you do about safety, right? Because you don't know this person, and where are you going to do that, right? Like a hotel room, or I'm sure I'm not sure, but I would imagine there's dungeons there, right? There
are, I'm sure. Although I have to look into the legality of BDSM in Nevada because prostitution is legalized.
Right, that's what I thought. So I would think that it would be okay. I would think, right?
If I remember correctly, and I'd have to look into it, you're not legally allowed to hit someone, even with their consent.
Oh my God!
So I need to look into that, but I already talked with my roommate about bringing my toy bag with me and selling the private rooms and being I will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Or make you crawl around. I don't know. I'll dom you or your girlfriend or whoever.
I bet you could make a ton of money that way. If you could figure out some kind of, loophole so that you will not get in trouble, like for sure, I would totally do that because, my God, I bet you could make a lot of money. I think there's a lot more money in being a dominatrix than being a stripper. I don't know that for sure, but I would bet anything there is because you meet with one client that's already committed to paying you a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say a lot, I don't know why. I guess I kind of have an idea where I get this number. $600 to $1,000 for a session, I'm pretty sure could be average. The girl that I learned from, that I got a course from, she charges, she started off at $500. I think it was an hour. It might have been 2 hours, I'm not sure. But then by the time she was teaching about it, she was charging $1,000 a session. And I don't think a session is longer than 2 hours. So
my friends do like $300 an hour.
Yeah, okay.
But they all strip too.
Interesting. I bet they could make more.
I don't know.
This girl was very, very vanilla too in what she did. Like she didn't beat people. She didn't, do, well, at least that's what she said. I don't know that that's true, but she
there
didn't.
Was some spanking.
Yeah, but it was nothing serious. It was nothing crazy. I mean, even the course that, that I went through, I was like, anyone could do this. Like, literally, anyone could do this. So
I think anyone could top. I don't know if anyone can dom.
Yeah, well, I'm saying what she was doing, because it wasn't very, like, hardcore at all. One of the things that she did was she would let guys dress up like women, right? And treat them like another. I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do it because honestly, I just don't think I'd look at men the same. Like if they wanted to, I don't know, because it's typically powerful rich guys that want to do shit like that. That's what she said. So I was like, I don't want to meet guys moving forward in real life and think about them, dressing up like a woman and dancing around and shit. I just don't. I can't. So. I
do. I love it.
Oh, really? Oh, you could make a lot of money for real. You should pursue this. You should seriously pursue this because I think you could make a lot more money doing that, even honestly, than stripping. So when you become a professional dominatrix, please hit me up again and we'll have another call because that would be an awesome topic. That would be
I don't know if I'll do that for real. So my real career would not like that.
What is it?
So I'm an actor.
Oh my God. Do I know you? I was going through your pictures and I was like, this chick looks so familiar. And I was, seriously, I'm not even kidding. I thought she looks like that actress. And I was like, what, from what? I was like, I'm not sure. Have you been in anything that's been big?
Nothing huge. I had to take a break because of the ex-fiance situation.
Okay.
Getting back into it now. But it's more like I have to protect in the future, like if I audition for Nickelodeon and they Google me.
Right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They can't come up with Mistress Kitty.
Yeah, oh my God, that'd be so funny. You'd probably get the job. They'd probably be like, oh yeah, hire her.
No, because then they'd be like, well, when she's on the show and parents Google her and they find out she's done sex work.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
She has to we have to live up to impossible standards.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking, like Disney, I mean, they have like these hidden sex symbols all over some of at least their older videos. I mean, so I don't know.
The actresses have to be squeaky clean.
That's so crazy. Like, who comes up with this stuff? I don't know.
Men.
Yeah, men, exactly. Yeah. How does this happen? All right, well, we're pushing 4:00, so I know you have to get ready to go, and I don't want to hold up your time. But let me ask you just a couple more questions.
Sure.
What advice would you have for girls that haven't gone in yet that have been afraid to try?
I would say do it when the time is right.
Okay.
And you'll know when that time is. I think if I had started stripping earlier, I wouldn't have been in the right place for it.
Okay.
I know everyone says just do it.
No, hey, no. It's good advice. That's really good advice.
Like, if I had done it when I was in college, I think it would have really messed me up.
Okay. Wow.
Because I wasn't in a place where I knew myself well enough to do it.
Okay.
I think if I had even done it a year ago in LA, I would have hated it because I wouldn't have made any money. For me, the circumstances were just perfect to do it. I have my stripper mom. She walks me through the ropes. Like, she's my support system. We started in Vegas. I made good money. You know, she's very positive, and she keeps reminding me, like, as long as I make money, even if it's $20, that's $20 more than I had.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she's like, some of her pep talks are like, what you're selling is priceless. They should give you every single penny they have in their bank accounts because your body is the product of millions of years of evolution. It is literally priceless.
Wow, that's good.
She gives me excellent advice.
Yeah,
so for me, it was just like, if you're thinking about starting stripping and you want to do it, and you're like, the only thing holding you back is nerves, just go do it. Get your my old roommate drove me to the first club in LA and like momagered me in the car as I was freaking out. She was like, "No, you're doing this. We're gonna do it tonight. It's gonna be great. You already know you're awesome. Here's your martini. Go on stage and kill it."
There you go.
So like, if you could find a friend to do that,
yeah,
even better. But if the only thing holding you back is nerves, go for it. If you feel like there's something else that needs to be in the right place, then wait for the right time.
I think that's great advice. Okay, so one more question.
Hello? Yes.
Why do you think that girls should try it?
I'm going to bring this back to me because I'm self-absorbed. The first night I auditioned in LA. Technically I walked in and interviewed and he was like, "You're hired, go on the stage, but like don't do anything crazy because you're hired." And I was still terrified. I went up on the stage, I did it, I came off, I had a huge rush of adrenaline, and on the car ride home, I just turned to my roommate at the time and I went, no matter what, no matter where, except for India apparently, I can make money.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That, I think. And then if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Right.
And it destigmatizes strippers and sex work across the board.
Completely.
When you've tried it.
Yeah.
And you're like, not for me, but y'all are ballin' bitches.
Right. Yeah. Some very confident, some very self-assured and powerful women. Like, it really does. Mm-hmm. Did you feel like it took your self-esteem to another level? You already sound like you're up there, so I'm not sure. Really?
I mean, I'm a terrible person in that category because I'm like, yeah, I'm the best. And then I go home and I'm like, I think so. I don't know.
You're still very new, so
I'm still
that's
very new
maybe
to
to be
it.
seen.
I mean, obviously, I was like, someone paid me $1,000 to lick my feet for 2 hours
right.
while I drank champagne.
That's so interesting, isn't it? It'll change your mindset. It's like somebody just gave me $1,000 to kiss my feet. Like,
exactly.
It is. It's interesting.
But I don't know. Well, how about this? We'll talk again in a month.
That sounds great.
Check back in. Plus, I just really enjoy talking with you, so, like, this is going to happen. And then we can evaluate my self-confidence then.
Okay, perfect. That'll be the first question. Kitty, where's your self-confidence level at? What are we talking here?
Obnoxiously annoying.
No, that's great. Honestly, I think that's great. The people that don't think that they should be proud of themselves or have an ego, I just disagree with that. Like, you know, putting people down so that you can feel good is one thing. Like that, I don't think that's cool. But to be self-assured and to be, like, proud of yourself and whatever, that's great. I think that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you should be proud of who you are. And it gives you celebrate your wins. Like, you made $1,500 within your first 4 shifts. That's fucking awesome. I'm so proud of you.
It was amazing.
That's a great thing to look back on too. Like, you know, even on days you have a bad day, be like, somebody can walk through that door that's going to hand me a bunch of money. Like, it gives you hope, and it gives you this, feeling of literally anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. So
the other thing I did was, because I knew I did not make much money last night, and I struggle with not calculating what it cost to come over here compared to the money I've made. So I stopped everything, and I added up all the money I've made stripping, period. And then I divided it by the 4 days that I'd worked. And it's like $650 a night if it had been spread out. I was
that's
like,
awesome.
Okay, good. That's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good number.
That is a good number.
So that was like, that was my like, don't think about the bad night.
Right. And, just because it was New Year's Eve, and you made good money on New Year's Eve, literally does not mean you can't make the same thing on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. for real.
Oh, no.
Like, those
that
people
couple would have done that any night.
Exactly.
They just happened to be there for New Year's Eve.
Right, exactly. There you go. It's just catching the right person at the right time, and there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of right times. For sure.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. And that's what I'm going to do tonight.
That's right. There you go.
I was just going to throw one last little thing in there.
Yeah, please.
Because we were talking about self-confidence. And then earlier we were talking about you're worth them paying you. And we were talking about something about how, like, there's so many girls there. Don't compare yourself to the other girls.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of, like, the most important lesson I've ever managed somehow to learn with acting.
Okay.
Because it's so easy to compare yourself to the other actresses. It's so easy to think, oh, she got the part, so I didn't.
Yeah.
It's so easy to have it become it's me against them thing. And one of my teachers told me once that is complete bullshit.
I like that.
It's impossible for you to do the same thing in the room as them, because you are you and they are them.
Right.
And so no matter what, they're incomparable products.
Right.
So if they pick her, it's because she was her, and not because you weren't something.
Right.
And then on top of that, if she gets a job, it's good for all actors everywhere. And I think it's the same for strippers. They're gonna pick you because of you, not because some other girl is better. Like, I watch some of the girls, and I'm like, I can't. Listen, my lap dancing skills are 1 compared to your 10. But that's okay, because they want me, not you.
Exactly.
And not even your skills. It has nothing to do with that.
I love that.
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's incredibly valuable advice. Because it's true. Like, comparing yourself to other people is just not... there's really no point in it. Be proud of yourself. Do what you can to keep making yourself better. That's something I do think is really important, though. Like, people that, say, just be yourself. I think that's good advice, right, to a degree. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go work out. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't take care of yourself. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't, maybe watch comedy and learn tricks of how to be more funny and how to be more charming and stuff like that. But, yeah, people will pick different people based on who you are. They'll take you because they want you. It has nothing to do with the other person. Like, they want you.
Exactly.
So
it's the spark that happens between two people.
Yes.
Even if it's an artificial spark on our end.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had some guys be like, God, I really just like feel you, and people who speak to your heart, and you just know they're really genuine. And I'm sitting on his lap being like, you are a 70-year-old fat man with a gorgeous girl on your lap.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the heart.
Oh my God.
But whatever, that's his fantasy, so okay.
Yeah. That was really funny. All right, Kitty. Thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate this. We will talk again in a month. I would love to have a follow-up call with you and see where you're at, see how things are going. We'll talk about confidence and every new things that you've picked up. Write down some of your stories as you go, like great, your great experiences with certain people, and then also maybe a couple of your really bad ones, and let's talk about it, see what's happened over the month.
Yeah, they haven't started blurring, so
good.
It will be good.
Yeah, because they will. So
I'm sure. I know I could keep keep talking to you forever, so let's pull the cord.
Most likely. All right, well, have a great night. Have a great night. I hope that you meet that person that hands you a lot of money and that you crush it tonight.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you so much for the call. We'll talk next month.
Yay! Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, talk to you soon.